1. Poem as love letter. Dear British and Australian Museum, what type of people charge a fee for others to see what they have stolen? We are Samoa. We are Somalia. We are the indigenous of the Americas, and we want our property back. 2. Poem as process. Dear Columbus, you cannot discover a land 70 million people are living on. Never understood the term Indian giver. My original people only gave life to pilgrims 2 centuries before the Bill of Rights, only asking for our right to breath. Instead, they read us our right to death and death rights like white rights to land, which landed us right in the middle of reservations, and now you wonder why my hope is reserved. It's a force of habit. When those with habits hosted masses that labeled me half savage, half heathen, to the point where centuries later, my people are still believing that we are not beautiful. But no more. Therefore, let it be known that I am a Mesoamerican Mexican, born in 1975 to be part of the hip-hop generation, predestined to be malnourished in the 80s when President Reagan thought ketchup was a vegetable. Just so he wouldn't have to buy my brother's school lunch program green beans, we learned to survive off of music, stood in line for CDs like it was government cheese, and instead of black beans and collard greens, we ate MCs for lunch. As such, our resistance to death got labeled us, revolutionary like Public Enemy. Number 1, one of those children of the sun. Our First Nations drum is the root of this history called hip-hop. Root is in before our rhyme minds in line with the divine design. We survived a vanilla ice age. Got crucified in death row records, only to be reborn in a Jurassic 5 age. Those who have believed that we, like Chuck D, are what's wrong with the world today. Those who will not sit down, shut up, and conform. But we weren't born to conform. We were born to grow, create, rebel, grow, create, rebel. We were born in hell and died twice, for surviving the hood is proof of the afterlife. Life after death, life called breath. We are beyond Christ. We don't break bread. We break dance and break beats to feed the masses. Masses meaning people like the Black Panthers, for the people like the word Mexica, the people like Mos Def. My people, I am Mark Gonzalez representing my people. My people, my people. Without hesitance, the question is, at the end of your life, who will you represent? And let me be clear. Till the eyes of I and I cry, from Mau Mau to Mumbai, I grind for God, the ghetto, and Gaza.
Yeah. Give it up for Mark Gonzalez! Welcome to the Queensland State Final of the Australian Poetry Slam. Make some noise! It's a little dark out there. I'm currently looking for my other co-host, the beautiful Tessa.
Yeah, hi. Hey, whoa. Yeah, hey, whoa. Hey, yeah. Woo! Poetry Slam! Fucking Poetry Slam! I thought we were like...
Tessa...
I thought we were doing like a whole
I didn't know you were coming out dressed like...
Well, what the fuck are you dressed like?
Dressed like me.
Well...
But I was going to be dressed like you normally dress, and you were dressing like I normally dress. There was clearly a miscommunication in our emails.
I thought we were going to be
cool. You
cool.
look nice, though.
I thought we were going to be cool, man.
We are cool. We're the hosts. We're cool by default.
Thought we were going to go for this, like, disco, like...
Oh, we can do disco. We've got glow sticks. Oh, they've already got glow sticks.
Fuck it, you know what? I prepared for this occasion. Lucky there might be some heels over here. Fucking lucky. Can I have some help now? Thank you. Can somebody help me? No, please, can somebody help me with my hair? I've got some pins. I'm not joking. Here, hold this microphone. Hold it close to my mouth. Can you just get a couple of these? I'm just thinking like a side.
We've been here for an hour and a half, and you need them to do your hair.
Well, if you're going to do the male stripper look, what the fuck am I going to do?
Slam is all about fulfilling the dreams that could not be fulfilled before. That's right, motherfuckers. Language warning for tonight, by the way. Welcome to the Queensland State Poetry Slam 2012. Make some noise. Make some noise for the beautiful Tessa Leon. Make some noise for yourselves for selling this place out. People on Facebook are like, it's sold out tonight. And I'm like, no shit, Sherlock. Poetry's fucking awesome. So shut up. So thank you for coming, and thank you for making an effort, and thank you for paying money, and thank you for doing all the things that make this State Slam the best in the country. That's it, I'm saying it. Queensland State Poetry Slam is the best in the country. We've been out to Barcaldine, we've been to Stanthorpe, we've been to Cairns, we've been all over this beautiful state trying to find some of the best young and old voices, new voices, everything to fill this beautiful stage for you here tonight. All the poets on stage have 2 minutes if they don't get asthma attacks from Tessa's hairspray. They have 2 minutes. They have no props. They can use this mic. They can use this mic. They can use no mic. They can do what they want in that 2 minutes. When that 2 minutes is coming close to an end, they should hear, at 1 minute 50, I believe, they'll hear this noise. I should give this to Christy and the library gang. Can I throw it at you or something? Oh, there you are. Woo.
Christy's the librarian who makes this event happen. Yes. She's part of a team of fabulous librarians, and they hate it when we call them librarians. Yeah. Fucking piece of shit anyway. And so we've got them to thank. We've also got the whole state library to thank because they fund this. And we go all over Queensland. We go further than any other event in Australia that does the Poetry Slam. We go up to Cairns. We go out west to Blackhall by Colden. We go to Stanthorpe, to Toowoomba. We go whoop whoop. And they make it possible to go and reach these communities. We put on workshops with schools, and it's an amazing program. And so thank you to the Brisbane Writers Festival and the Edge for hosting us as well. And I would just also like to take a moment to acknowledge the place that we are and the land that we stand on here. This is Indigenous land. And so please be aware of that as we enjoy this beautiful place here tonight.
Yes, the Juggerah and Turrbal people were proudly and humbly adding to 80,000 plus year tradition of storytelling and culture here tonight, and we're humbly adding our voices to that. So respect to the Indigenous elders past, present and future.
Is my hair a piece of shit? Is that what you're looking at? Is it a total piece of shit? All right. Really? Oh.
I love the honesty we're already getting from this audience. They're like, yes,
so,
yes,
okay.
looks like shit.
Has anyone not been to a poetry slam before? Put your hands up. I can't see anything with that light anyway. Put them down. Yell out if you've never been to a poetry slam before. Yell out. Ooh, yeah. Shitloads. All right, so the deal is it's about encouraging people to find a voice, to put pen to paper, to get behind a microphone and express themselves. Create stories, lyrics, poems, words, songs, whispers, whatever they want. And we encourage absolutely anyone, doesn't matter who you are, doesn't matter what you've done or what you want to say, you can get up here and you can do it. And that's Poetry Slam. It came out of the US in the 80s, and it tried to bring poetry out of the books, you know, dust off the boring bits and, you know, create an exciting event around poetry again. So to do that, we make the audience the judge. All right? So we're going to now, Scott and I, give you glow sticks, so you can rock out, as I tried to do earlier.
Unnecessary throw, sorry. All right. Do you want me to just throw these out to the audience?
Well, yeah, mildly. Let me explain. They're precious items, okay? I've got these, which I thought Scott should wear. Just do a quick demo. Tell him how good this looks. Ready? I know, right? So good.
So happy this is live stream.
Yeah. Who wants to wear the bunny ears and be judge number 1? Yes. Yes. Awesome. And what's your good name? Luana. No, not yours. Some dude over there. As a judge... Yeah, shut up. As a judge, you give a score to the poem out of 10. You can base that score on whatever you want, and decimal points are encouraged. We use Olympic-style judging, so we cut the highest and the lowest. Up for grabs now, we have this beautiful chicken-style shower cap. Who wants to be judge number 2? Oh! Claim it. Own it. Oh, I've got them under my arm. Bit sweaty. Who's judge number 2? Adele! All right. What's next? Oh, lovely. Devil wings. Devil wings. Devil headgear. Devil chic. Who wants the devil chic? Someone over there's got their hand up. Someone over there's got their hand up. There, that way, in the dark. Yay! Judge number 3. Round of applause for Sarah. All right. Should we go? We haven't... Yeah. I was envisioning that could be like a bit of a, I don't know. It's a lay. So you can get laid. Oh, this adolescent in the front wants it. Yes. He's looking at you, kid. Fantastic. Judge number 4. Wait, what's her name? Rachel. All right. One more. It's the fairy halo. That actually, I'll have you know, I wore that fairy halo. No, it was what I wore to my Year 12 formal, dressed as a fairy. It's not fucking Jesus. Fairy Jesus. Excellent! Fairy Jesus. Judge number 5. I think Fairy Jesus is stuck already, personally. Oh, my zipper's undone. Can you just... Thank you. Well, you know what happened. Okay, so...
Right, we've got our judges. Judges are scoring out of 10. Please use decimal points. We'll talk to you and get you to yell out the scores. And we're going to take the highest score away, just in case it is one of the poet's friends, family members, etc., etc. We're going to take the lowest score away, just in case it is the ex or something or whatever, and we'll compile the middle 3 so that we can get some sort of semblance of a median score or something like that.
Like synchronised swimming.
So judges, you're looking out for any number of things when you're scoring the poem. Preferably, I like to score them on facial hair. How much use of facial hair they've got out while they're doing the poem. Sometimes I like to do it how they enter the stage and how they exit the stage.
What about other hair?
Other hair could be used as well. Nipple hair is a favourite of mine, preferably on women. Yeah, it all works. Sometimes judging the poem is okay. you know, if you want to.
Boring.
So we've got our judges, we've got our rules. All the poets know it's 2 minutes, no props. They come up, as soon as they start talking, the timer starts. Christy will let them know when their time's almost up. At 2 minutes 30, we're going to give a big hefty boot in the behind to get them off the stage, or something like that. And we've got our judges. You all know where the toilets are, outside, thanks to the State Library. And we've got some beautiful features tonight. And let's get slamming.
Let's get slamming.
All right.
All right. So, to begin, to kick it all off, what we like to do, rather than pulling the first name out of the hat and having someone go totally first, it's really scary and all of that, we have a sacrificial poet. So, I like this little feedback circle, kumbaya. We have them for that reason, so that you can kind of feedback off them before the finalists come up here. So it's somebody from Brisbane. Is he from Brisbane?
Yes.
He's from Brisbane.
He's a local boy.
He
He's been
is.
in the slam scene for maybe a year or so now. He's also been in the QPF Filmmaker Challenge. He's just been all across the world doing lots of great things.
I just don't want to get out of the light.
And ladies and gentlemen, our sacrificial poet for the night, the amazing, the beautiful, the very tall and handsome Martin Ingle!
Give it up!
Every time. So who here is in love? Yeah. Yeah, well done. You know, I keep going over the numbers again and again in my head, and I just can't figure it. You know, when the two of us sat there that night and you said those 4 words to that 17-year-old you'd known 10 months, 0 was the number of loves I'd had before. And I don't know that boy anymore, but I bet that he suspected you were the one. I know now you're not. If anything, your number is 67, because that's the number of eyelashes. Stop. Let's go back to the first second. Grade 7 to 12, 1 room, 50 people, where your eyes were the sledgehammer that buried me in the ground. I spent the next 10 months trying to uproot myself from you. It was the noble thing to do. You were leaving, after all, as you told me that night. 67 eyelashes. I can count them so clearly now. If only you hadn't opened your 2 thin lips and asked me those 4 words. What do you think? If I'd known then, if I'd figured it, I might not have rinsed out our mugs and walked out the door, wondering what I'd missed, what I've missed. If I'd known then, if I'd figured it, that you weren't asking my opinion, you weren't asking if you should leave to follow your family, you were asking if you should stay for me. Now, we're separated by 3 years and 3,000 miles. The distance between mouse clicks. The time it takes to load the next Facebook photo. And let's be honest, the 5-minute sessions of furious masturbation. These numbers, you see. I've been over them 27 times, and yet when you were 3 feet from me and I could taste your question in the air, when those 2 seconds between us vanished, the number of words that came out of my mouth was 1. Go.
Martin Ingle, ladies and gentlemen!
Commonly known as the Mingle.
Commonly known as the Mingle with furious masturbation. He is our very first slam poet for the night, the very first person. He's our sacrificial poet, so we'd like to honour that tradition by giving a very warm "Fuck you, Martin!" That was really shit. Everybody, let's go. Fuck you, Martin! Oh, I love it. Can you feel the love? This is great. What are our scores, judges? Who have we got?
Martin,
6.2?
where are you? I feel like I need to cuddle you after that was really intense.
6.2. We just told him to get fucked and then gave him a 6.2. Welcome to Queensland. Adele, what have you got? 8.1, that's good scores. And it's Sarah? Rachel. 7.76, very precise scores.
And the fairy Jesus. Brilliant. I love it. That looks all right on you, actually. Yeah, okay. Oh, okay. What about... Oh, wow.
Oh, he gives him a 5.
Okay.
Oh, sweet. No, this is good.
Well,
this is
hang
good.
on, what was that?
This is
What was
good.
that?
I thought he was average, so he gets a 5 out of 10.
Oh. No, this is good. We got to have a boo judge. Everybody boo. Boo. Yes, we need one. Thank you, Fairy Jesus. You are much needed to this competition tonight.
His accent adds a lot of authority, I reckon, as well. Hey. It's like, yeah.
Can you say, fuck you, Martin Ingalls, really sexily?
Fuck you, Martin Ingalls!
No, sexily.
I'm just picturing this guy having sex now, like, fuck you, Martin Ingalls!
I can't
If
say
that's sexy, whoa.
I can't say a man's name sexually. I'm sorry.
He's definitely not the fairest. I tell you now, definitely not.
Where's our other judge? Oh, a 9.98.
Very good score.
Nice range of scores there to start off with. We've got a lot of room to go. We've got a lot of room to go up and down. It's beautiful. Let's see how we go tonight as the judges get drunker. It's my favorite part. All right, let's go. First slammer, first official slammer of the night. One more time for Martin Ingle, our sacrificial poet. Oh, yeah. I love him. I got a massive man crush on him. I'd be like, fuck you, Martin Ingle. All right. First name out of the hat is going to be the person who gets called up.
Can we start a little drum roll? Keep it going. Keep it going.
It is Dante Peaks. Dante. Sorry, Dante Peaks. First slammer of the night.
Hey, guys. That was a shit round of applause. Can you please give this beautiful man a proper welcome? Hi. How are you?
Political politics. Don't tell me I'm wrong, because I don't need to hear that. Don't tell me I have the education or the experience, because I can already guess that. I may only have a young mind, and an innocent mind at that hasn't seen or felt the pain that shakes the very core of our society. But I do know the truth. The truth that can't be seen by someone like me. The lies that cover up the eyes of those who we want to protect. The families who feel the strain of another constant struggle day after day. I don't need to tell you that I don't have all the facts, but I do have the reasons why. Why you can't tell your children the reason behind, like why they can't have a new bike, and when they ask because their friends think they're uncool. I may not have all the answers, but I have the ones that you need to keep you all walking, talking, moving, and breathing. You may look at someone like me and envy their youth and their potential and promise. But I can tell you, we look at you and envy your freedom. We envy the truth that's given to you every day, not the lies spoon-fed to us every night. Look, this society is falling, crumbling, and shaking like the earthquake that brought Haiti to its knees. Our parliament, our government, and its goddamn reckoning is what makes you all realize it's not who we are that defines us, but what we do that makes us. We look at Miss Gillard and the state she's put us in, the way she's left us, and the way she will leave us when she gives up on not giving in. Should we rely on our government to lead us through troubled times, or should we stand up and let them know we've realized that it's time for a change, time to turn the tables and rebuild, not from the ground up, but from level A. Someone from my generation, the generation that's young and impressionable, the generation that doesn't pay attention to the news or politics, or even notice the slow collapse of our economy as it starts to cave in. Someone to look you all in the eye and tell you to shut out all the lies. Someone to listen and learn, someone who doesn't forget, and someone that can hold firm. A voice from the young, not the restless. An opinion from the heart, not the mind. A fresh start from the latest and updated, not an old system from the old and outdated. It's time for a change to happen now. So stand up and shout with me, out to the voters and out to the fighters.
Dante, our first slammer of the night. Come on.
It's not easy being first, you know.
I think that deserves a barbaric yorp. Tessa, what do you reckon?
Oh, look. That and a fucking wine. That's what I reckon right here.
Yes, it is slam tradition in Queensland to do an almighty barbaric yorp when you really love a poem, when you really love a piece, when you want to get it tattooed behind your eyelids so you can read it at night. And this man came up first. He's a young fella. How old are you, bro? 15. He's a 15-year-old fella. So let's get a barbaric yorp! Now, judges, don't let that shit sway you. What's your scores? 6.82. 6.5. Okay. Any feedback from the audience on these scores? Everyone?
Feel free to boo the judges.
Yeah. Most of the judges know what they got themselves in for.
They just wanted
Adele
the hats.
knows. Adele knows what she got herself in for. What's your scores? 7.38. Okay, no, these are good scores. If this was like a uni exam, this is about a 70%, a 60%. And when I was at uni, anything above a 51% meant I was working way too hard. No, you've done Adele. Up the back, where are you, Tessa?
I'm with Jesus.
Oh, Jesus.
Hi.
What do you got?
So,
Jesus?
like, are you going to judge and stuff?
Yeah, I'm going to give him a 7. I think he was reading, so the best he can get is an 8. But he's young, so it's pretty good for being young. So I'm going to give him a 7.
There you have it, folks.
Jesus is hyper-analysis central. I see some of the poets quietly shitting themselves. Like, are you going to give me feedback after this shit? Straight 7, no points, no decimal points. You're just straight 7. All right. Where's our other judge over here?
Decimal.
8.23. All
Now,
right.
guys, audience, do you realise what is at stake here? What you are judging and voting for? These
Traditionally,
people-
it's a can of baked beans, isn't it?
Oh, well, it used to be a can of baked beans until Darkwing here came on board, and he has something very special to give away to the winner tonight.
That's right.
Very special.
I bought new SpongeBob SquarePants undies.
You're going to get a peek.
Everyone gets a flash of them at the end. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
No,
But
just
actually,
joking, please.
No, seriously, before you read that name, actually, this is a national competition. It is the Australian Poetry Slam. So there will be 2 people who get the highest scores tonight, or whoever feed the judges the most drinks, whatever happens. They are going to end up going to Sydney to a national final at the Sydney Theatre Company, where they're going to join people from all over Australia, at which more judges will drink, get drunk, give scores, and then there will be a winner from that event who goes to the Ubud Writers Festival
In China.
the China Bookworm Festival to
For
perform
one 2-minute poem.
as a feature artist. And they win a whole lot of money, and they win a whole lot of esteem and media coverage. So, you know, you get to see Scott's undies, yes, but
No,
Ubud
no,
and
you don't.
China also. So, you know,
China. I know which one will be more memorable.
that's right.
Who have we
True.
got coming up next?
Betsy Turcott.
Betsy Turcott!
Yeah. Keep it coming, keep it coming, keep it coming!
This year I sent my mom flowers on my birthday. I thanked her blood for kissing my lungs, and her feet for feeding my tongue. Her breath grew my fingertips, and her lips whispered across my ribs, so I bathed in Betty Davis' eyes. My air supply came from a tape deck. As she spoke in Stonewash, I swam in Hungry Heart. I got a soft spot for Bruce Springsteen. I became her heartbeat. So, I want to give you mine. I'll tie my memories around your kneecaps and elbows and hope You'll never forget where you came from. We will be your coming home. So you're going to have two mums, a mum and a mom. And it's not going to be easy. Growing up never is. But if you miss out on those playground tears, you'll never realize how good a best friend is. The kind that winds your kite string tight, then lets you fly again. So let them teach you how to fly. We'll teach you how to fall. We won't always be on the same page, but we are painted with the same ink. And that blood that courses through your lungs, it came from me and your mom. Those cheekbones, they're your mom's. But I gave you that tongue, so you would speak with strength and ease, like the mountains awoke to stretch their wings, like Spider-Man stretching a string between mountain peaks and harnessing the moon. I'm harnessing the moon for you. So on those nights, when there is not a cloud in the sky, you'll see the stars bursting like fireworks for all the times we cried at a kick, all the times we snuggled you from bed bugs and tucked you in. All the times we wrote with invisible ink across your skin that your blood and your bones are a confluence of continents, and you are our coming home.
Betsy Turcott. Betsy Turcott.
Yob! Yob! Adele.
So beautiful.
What's your score, Adele? 8.7. Down the front. 8.79. 7.8 from the Devil Ears. She's wearing the right headgear. Jesus? 8.5. And who else have we got over here? Rachel. Hi, Rachel. 8.91 from Rachel. All right, they're good scores. Betsy Turcott.
Did you have something to say, Jesus?
I almost need to hear that again. I don't think I understood everything she said. It was so good.
It was very good, yes. Good observation.
All right, next poet up.
Number 3.
6 poets in this round.
That's right. And then we are going to have a very beautiful treat for you in the form of a young singer-songwriter all the way down from Mackay. It's going to be pretty beautiful. So you've got 3 poets' time to look forward to that. What are you sniggering about? What are you laughing about? I can't even see you through the light. What's so funny?
They just came back from a trip to
You're pointing at
Mackay
her.
where they got beat up.
Tell me what's so funny.
As far north as Mackay.
You're actually
Well, I live in
laughing.
Adelaide, sweetheart. That's pretty fucking far north. You live in Cooktown. We have a further northerner. Hang on, wasn't there a lady? I believe there's a lady here from... Where was she from in the... Yeah.
What is going on? I have no idea what you're talking about
Are you
anymore.
friends? Oh, yay.
Rochelle from Blackhole,
Yay.
get the fuck up on stage.
Okay, so I'm Rochelle. Okay. Your mood can decide what you do, what you observe and what you find new, and rewires your brain to what you deserve. These people break me, create me, and sometimes save me. Every day I'm here, I wonder why. The end is so near, why not just go fly? Everything I do is impacted by you, and sometimes I don't know what's true. I'm stuck in high school with all of the bitches. If you break a rule, they taunt you till it itches. It's kind of silly that they control me, and sometimes I can't see why I let them bother me. But I can't talk. I've done it before. I've walked the walk, and it made me sore. The energy I used, the girls I abused, and when I was accused, I stopped. I couldn't do it anymore, the looks I copped because of what I wore. The true sign, no more lying, no more seeing people crying. The energy used now is used for the ones that don't know how to ignore the rude puns, to exclude themselves and not be questioned. Because you sit alone, something's wrong. Because you're getting away from the bully, you're a sook. That's not what I stand for, not who I am. I became it, but I didn't like it, and so I changed it. It doesn't make you tough, it doesn't make you liked. Because I know you, I know who you are. You're not perfect, and nor am I. We both know it, and still we share it. Is sharing really caring? I don't think it is. That gossip you gave me, it's not important. Who cares what they did? That's them, not me. It's not my history. So why do you think it's my business? It's certainly not yours. If you had stayed away from me, I wouldn't have felt your negative energy. I'm not saying we can't be friends. I'm saying before that can happen, everything needs to end. The key to every relationship is honesty, and so I'm asking that is all you need to give me. Because without it, I feel betrayed. I feel you've strayed, and I feel that I've been played.
Rochelle from Blackhall, ladies and gentlemen. Yes. Did you hear that one, Jesus? Did you hear it? Yeah. Sorry? Yes. Cool. Devil Ears, what do you got? 7.5. Rabbit Ears down the front. 7.62. Adele. 7.77. Okay, we're getting a pretty even score around here. What about you, Jesus, up the back that heard it? 7.00. 7.76. Okay.
Can I just point something out here? This young lady, until recently, had never really had anything to do to Poetry Slam, and we lobbed in to her town and ran a workshop at her school. And she was brave enough to come along that night and join in the slam after just having written something that day. And now, here she is.
Yeah!
So, you know.
That's what I love about slam. Oh yes, it's beautiful, warm fuzzies everywhere. Gosh. Hi, how are you? What's your name?
Angela.
Hi, Angela. Who you got?
Georgie from Townsville.
Georgie from Townsville. Come on, make some noise for Georgie from Townsville. Oh yeah.
This thing, it's uber cool. It's like some fab new toy. They brought a new species out from Apple. It's called a teenage boy. Not suitable for children under 23, says Father Speaks Worldwide's the latest dad decree. Provided is a manual to translate all the ums. Never hit them in the groin or introduce them to your mums. They're strictly non-refundable with absolute no warranty. Secure and happy relationship is not a product guarantee. Note, a few are so good looking, but they lack a certain brain. Some will do the dirty and cheat on you again. Most resemble Neanderthals. They only grunt and feel. With others, you must rehinge their jaws when using sex appeal. They won't ever grasp the concept of a hormonal female mind. When that time of month takes over, they're mysteriously hard to find. Some just use testosterone. You've got to beat them off with sticks. They can't wait to get their hands on you and activate their... Yet somehow they're still worth it. Despite their many flaws, we rely on them. We love them. Why? Few people know the cause. It's because there's one man out there. There's at least one Mr. Right who'll come pining neath your window and calling every night. He will hold you close and whisper in your ear those 3 little words every female wants to hear. What a load of advertising crap.
Thank you, Georgie. How old are you, sir?
30.
All right. Okay. He's yeah, okay. Jesus, what are your scores? 8.5 again. All right, good scores. Devil ears? An 8. Even 8, bunny ears? 9.12. Woo! Big scores there. Rachel. Why do I keep talking? There is a Sarah. Are you Sarah? Yes, I've just called you Devil Ears now. And you can be Sarah. Okay? 9.07, and I believe Adele? 8.29. They're good scores. Make some noise for Georgie. Georgie, is this your 4th state slam? 3rd state slam for Georgie. Come on, make some noise. All the way from Townsville. Oh, my hat. Where the fuck's the hat? Oh, Tessa's got it. Oh.
Madam, your necklace is magnificent. You may now draw the name. Okay, what if I whisper it into your ear and then you say it?
And the next slammer is Angela from North Lakes.
Give it up!
Angela!
And we're painting the roses red, my dear. We're painting the roses red. Words crack like whips, like broken ribs, like broken promises of how they would live, like another hospital trip, like the lies that she tells of how these injuries came in, like the eyes of the nurses who notice the chips and the story she's trying to sell them with, but it's not their job to fix. So they gloss over the story this evidence depicts. Maybe this is just the way that young love is. And we're painting the roses red, my dear. And he nurses her injuries, tells her it's all got to do with his history, that violence is not a linear process, that it's a cycle, and he's trying hard to make progress, but it's hard when she makes him so mad. And it reminds of the times he got beat by his dad and how it taught him respect, and how when words didn't work, it was all he had left. And all she can do is bury her face in his chest and claw at the promise it won't happen again. And we're painting the roses red, my dear. Nighttime rows in suburban homes that interfere with our evening TV shows, but we leave his business alone. It's not our place to get involved. And we're all so scared that if we speak of violence, it'll make it real, so we keep our silence and assume someone else will at least call the police. And we go to bed with our conscience clean. And we never dream we could be contributing to this ongoing theme. So come through to the garden, it's a neighbourhood scene. We're painting the roses red. And our children, they don't need to hear of such things. We don't like the reality that these topics bring, as if education could help these things to prevail. So let's skip the trauma. Let's tell fairy tales about how the world is a beautiful place to live in and how things like this won't happen to people like them. Let's perpetrate myths about choice in assault. So when it happens to them, they'll think it's their fault. Then they become the ones who won't speak out because they were so ashamed that they couldn't get out. And we watch another generation of ignorance sprout. And we're painting the roses red.
Courtney Young, coming up soon. That was Angela.
Adele, what's your scores, Adele? 8.6. Bunny Rabbit ears. 8.45. Devil ears. 7.9. She's very nice. She's like, just weather it, and we're done. Okay. And Sarah. 9.19. And Jesus up the back.
Jesus' word is final.
Thanks for your feedback there. I hope you do a blog post. All right, who's our next slammer? Is this our last one for this round?
Indeed it is. Madam, if you could read the name.
It says Joe.
Woo!
Joe!
Joe!
It's dry here, dust in the air, rust in my hair, and the sky clear. Computer screen blue, tree line, green hue, pink red dirt, tracks, packs of dogs on my heels, and the clack-click of funeral clapsticks never seems to cease. The people, they jump from one tongue to another like stepping stones, and their bones are buried deep beneath the earth's cracked skin. Songs are strong. There's more right here than wrong, but many hearts are broken. Major cardiac fractures from too much smoking and harsh words spoken haven't woken to how little they understand this brave new world. Out here, capitalism's soma myth of progress is inverted, reversed, so that each generation lives not better but worse than the last, and the past and the future are entwined, entangled, entombed in the entropy of the mind. Now it's wet here. Raindrops like tennis balls, thunderstorms and tribal squalls, the cryptic scent of burning rubber, humid like a sauna, and we've never met Pandora, but we've been through all her boxes. You shot our dingoes, brought in foxes. Governments mentally about stronger futures, but really they're peddling stronger sutures to stitch festering wounds while slashing new gashes with the other hand. Major chords, minor chords, we're all diminished. Trade those black and white keys for a kaleidoscope. Oversimplified rhetoric reducing everything to political sound bites, protest slogans and 2-minute poems. Dirt road to band-aid non-solutions. Sometimes it's simultaneously dry and wet. Both white fellas and black forget you can't tell angels from demons by the colour of their skin. The initiation scalpel cuts both ways. Victim mentality. Too many brothers been wearing their Aboriginality like an invisibility cloak, like an excuse. But it's complex, son. Little bit chicken eggy, sucking government's teeth while complaining they treat us like children. Easy answers won't silence them clack-click funeral clapsticks. You want poetry? Here's a fucking haiku. The wise woman weaves pandanus nooses. Her sons can't afford good rope.
Josie! Oh yeah, judges, all right. Jesus! 9. Sachel Rera. 9.3. These are really good scores, Adele. 9.4. His scores are amazing. I have no idea what he fucking said in the poem. Rabbit ears. 9.25. And devil ears. 9.1. Devil ears was still like really low in the high. It's like, oh, 9.1. Fine. Beautiful, that's our last slammer for the evening. Give it up for all 6.
Well...
Not for the evening, sorry. For the round.
If you
round,
want to see,
evening.
I just want to say, people like Joe, they've been slamming for a little while. We really love them. They're regular faces. People like him and some other really rad faces from here and from Melbourne are going to be performing tomorrow night at a BWF event at the Powerhouse. It's called the Literary Love-In, and it goes... Oh, really? Never mind. Okay, so right now...
Is anyone going to that? Hands up if you're going to that. All right, have fun, you one person.
It'd be totally boring. Like, who'd want to go to that?
She bought all the tickets. She's going to sit there.
Shut up, man.
Awesome. This is so cool. All right, guest.
Yes. We have something way better than what you'd see tomorrow night at the Powerhouse because she is... No. Listen. She's come down from Mackay. This is the very first time that the State Library has taken the slam to Mackay. And it's beautiful up there, and we found this gorgeous young woman. She is a singer-songwriter, all her own music, and she was so magnificent we wanted to bring her down here tonight and show her to you. You've only got a little bit of time left because she's going to go to Melbourne and be really expensive, so you are lucky you're seeing her now. Please give a huge round of applause for Courtney Young.
Yeah, Courtney Young!
Hello, all of you lovely faces. You're all very loud. It's good. I'm just going to play a trio of songs that I've newly written, and they're all about the sea. Funny that. Anyway, enjoy. Well, the old lady who lived in the lighthouse, well, that fire was her only friend. It kept her warm while she'd be awaiting, 'cause her long lost fisherman. Lucifer lived by the sea. Oh, Lucifer lived by the sea. Oh dear, hold my hand while we walk on that black sand, 'cause Lucifer lived by the sea. Old lady who lived in the lighthouse, well, that fire was her only friend. It kept her warm while she'd be waiting, 'cause she was only sea-bound back then. Lucifer lived by the sea. Oh, Lucifer lived by the sea. Oh dear, hold my hand while we walk on that black sand, 'cause Lucifer lived by the sea. Sea for long enough time, then maybe he'll start missing me, and all the treasure in the world will be mine. Well, I'd much rather have gills and wear nothing but my own skin. Well, I've walked that plank plenty of times. treasure in the world will be mine. But I'd much rather have gills and wear nothing but my own skin. But I've walked that plank plenty of times, and now I really know how to swim. And I really, and I really know how to swim. And I really know how to swim. Taken by the tide, or the tide had set him free, but he never should have lied, he should have let it be. She never thought she'd cry when she saw her lover die. She swallowed in a swallow as he swallowed in the sky. And who'd have thought so odd is not, and what is will never be. The captain fell and the children yell, he'll be better off in the sea. He'll be better off in the sea. Standing on the shore, waiting on a little breeze, when the boys cry, Lord, no more, please. Oh, God, please. Kneeling down to pray, kneeling on the bonny knees, they whisper a story of lost ships on the seas. They all died of disease. And who'd have thought so odd is not, and what is will never be. The captain fell and the children yell, he'll be better off in the sea. And who'd have thought so odd is not, and what is will never be. The captain fell and the children yell, he'll be better off in the sea. He'll be better off in the sea. He'll be better off in the sea. He'll be better off in the sea.
Thank you.
Courtney Young, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you.
Remember this face. She's off to Melbourne. Who knows when we'll see her again. It was absolutely beautiful, and it was beautiful to discover her up in Mackay this year. Say again? Oh, talking during the...
Harden the fuck up, it's a slam. Jesus. I've never been to a slam where people weren't talking through the feature. Jeez.
Look,
Sorry.
you just told him.
All right, let's get into the next round.
Can I just... This.
Everyone's gone all awkward now.
No, I just need to point out this in this moment. I just want to say, State Library, you do so many wonderful things, but you've gathered a black sheet onto these stools right here, and I'm just not sure what to do with it, quite frankly. Like, this is our backdrop. It's great. It's great. It's a bit like what we did, like when I was in year 3 and we had the puff paint. It is though, isn't it? I'm just saying.
And we start the second round by dissing everybody.
I can see the gaff. Okay?
Fuck all of you. Everybody say, fuck the hosts. I don't think you meant it.
Darkwing Dubs, ladies and gentlemen.
That's all right. That's cool. All right, let's go. Round number 2. Let's do it straight up. Brooklyn from Mackay.
Extra big round of applause. Extra big, extra big.
Recently, a word has risen in popularity and is being used as an insult. And I will not stand. I need to reclaim this word back for me and my people. This word, 4 letters, 1 syllable, starting with N, ending in erd. Nerd. I am a nerd. Don't stand there and look at me with your perfect 2020 vision. Harry Potter took down the Dark Lord with nothing more than a wand that is mightier than any sword. If you get in my face, I will confuse you so much, you will question your allegiance to the Empire. I will hit you so fast, I will hit you faster than the Millennium Falcon. Don't think you're better than me, because you went out 18 times last weekend and hooked up with 23 dudes. That makes me question why you're not friends with Huckleberry Finn, because we all know that his adventures were wild, son. Get off my back. I'm sick of your bullshit. If you can't see, then you better listen. It's about time you woke up to yourself, son. Because there is one thing that you will always have more of than me, and that is something that is formally known as an STD.
Yeah!
Oh, Brooklyn, ladies and gentlemen. How are you, 30-year-old man? Are you asleep?
A little bit old, yeah, a bit tired.
All right.
What, you feeling old?
He's 30 years old. He's almost dead. It's all right.
Jesus.
Hey, I'm 29. I'm dead next year. All right.
You saw the...
Where are we at?
Jesus.
Come to me first. 8.51.
8.51 from Jesus. Praise thee.
Bunny ears? 8.2.
Sachel. Rera. 8.68. Adele. 8.81. These are good scores for the first poet of the second round.
Particularly that she's still wearing the chicken. No one usually keeps it on.
She wore it the whole time.
Even during the feature.
You're my favourite. And Devilier's over there. 7.9.
Ooh. These people reclining in the front are like,
Devilier's is getting to the point where she's starting to lap up the booze. It gets a bit awkward now. All right. How are you, ma'am? How are you going? Are you enjoying the night?
Yes.
Yes? Just yes?
Extremely yes.
Oh, extremely yes. There you go.
Extremely
Nice.
yes.
Scourge from Cairns.
Oh, yeah.
Or is it the Scourge of Cairns? Make some noise!
Symbiosis, a symbiotic relationship. It's not that hard to work together, you know, because both hemispheres harmoniously operate optimally in a lucid state, articulate poetry perfectly, strategically, achieving bliss majestically, synergistically, weaving this synchronicity. My spirit speaks to me through poetry, still rhyming as my last breath's leaving me. Beyond this body, spit for eternity, reincarnated, born, kicking a fresh free. I open minds like brain surgeons, bass banging so hard breaks the hymens of virgins. A release of endorphins, neurochemical drugs, next level getting loose on this poetry buzz. Cataclysmic, rhythmic, mystic, the misfit that flips bit cryptic. Kicks sick shit in heaven after respiration retires, but now I'm burning underground like subterranean fires. Like a bee collecting nectar, pollinating plants, or a human singing, navigating the trance. On the same wavelength, together we fly, 'cause I am you and you am I. Bonded together like sand and concrete, like a sword forged with searing heat, like water needs a flame to boil, and trees need microbes in the soil. Divine like sunshine, feeding this vine, our paths woven together as our worlds intertwine. Rewriting the design one thought at a time, finding harmony between me and my mind, working symbiotically in divine harmony like the fly Garrick growing on the roots of the pine tree. It's a symbiotic relationship like tobacco and weed rolled up in a spliff.
Oh yeah, Scourge.
Give it up, come on.
Oh yeah. All the virgins in the house say yeah. It's funny, we had a girl at one of the recent slam heats who did a piece about the first time, and I think you guys should collab. Yeah, that'd be great. All right, Adele. 8.6. It's a good score. Deviliers. 8.2. Okay. Herrera. 8.5. 8.59. 8.59. Okay. Rabbit ears down the front. 7.8. And Jesus. Is it the second coming?
I like the very end, but I'm going to give him a 7.5.
7.5.
Jesus.
7.5 from Jesus.
I just want to tell you guys, there's a bunch of people standing up the back, and I'll let you know, there's a few youths down here lounging on the whole rug. Yes, I'm looking at you two girls. No, don't get up. I'm just encouraging others to join you. If you'd like to sit down, there's plenty of room near the pretty girls on the rug. I'm just saying. You know you love it.
Plenty of room near the pretty girls on the rug. Oh, yeah. Hey, look at this. Oh, look at this.
Yes. You can say it happened at Poetry Slam.
And just after Scourge's piece. Oh, yeah.
There's more room here. More beautiful women. More
And this
space.
is poet number 3, I believe, for the second round. Jess from Blackall.
Jess.
Come on, Jess. Come on, make some noise. This is poet number 3, second round. We're halfway through.
Like a vulture he swoops, nesting on your shoulder, his claws taking hold, just trying to devolve your mechanical mulcher, mutilating your flesh. He'll have you in agony, yelling, yes, master, yes. See, he comes dressed as a sheep, when really he is a wolf, and you think he is friendly, so you invite him in. And like any good host, you provide him a meal, but unbeknownst to you, he has just begun to steal. At first, it seems small. Nothing that really matters. I mean, who's going to miss that 20? I cheated off those backpackers. But I kind of feel guilty, because I think that is stealing. But wait, no, stop. I'm just living the hand that big man's been dealing. Now, I'm just a simple girl and I don't like to get too deep, because to be honest, I don't want to climb no mountain that is real steep. You see, my ma and pa, they raised me well. They taught me the difference between heaven and hell. One day, all the good people will meet with a smile, while those criminals, they'll go down there, just for a while. Now let me set it straight and tell you the truth. Like the nursery rhyme of Red Riding Hood, the wolf dressed up under false pretenses to trap and steal from the innocent and good. Like the nursery rhyme, there is a hero. The price for this man, in dollars, it's $0. This man's name is Jesus, Lamb of God, came down from heaven to rescue our souls. Why would our souls need rescuing if they belong to us? Now ask yourself, to the wolf, did you entrust? I was on my knees yelling, yes, master, yes. When Jesus came and asked if I wanted best, I gave him my life in which I was entrapped. In turn, he gave me freedom. What a trade was that? Now listen up. As the end draws near, all people without Jesus will die in their fears. He is waiting for you to ask him for help. He promises to you, he'll lift you out.
Give it up for Jess. Oh, we're both here.
We're both here. We're both floating around Jesus.
Hello, darling. Oh my goodness.
Okay.
What's going on?
Okay, come on. What do you got?
-10.
All right.
What are you going to say to that?
Adele. 8.24. Rara. 6.66. Can you stand up and take a bow? That was some funny ass shit right there. That was funny. Bunny ears up the front. 8.9. And devil ears. 7.4. All right, they're good scores. Make some noise. All these amazing stories that we're getting tonight. This is great. I've got the hat. I believe we've got 2 more left in this round before we get onto our extra special feature. Me.
We're going to hear again from the incredible Mark Gonzalez, just so you know, at the end of this round. So look forward to that.
Irfan!
Silence can actually hurt more than spoken words, hateful screams, or even the raised hand. It was the silence that killed us. And it was in silence that we took off our wedding bands. Silence. Like when she asked, "Do you still love me?" My loosened grip of her hands, or my hugs that never lingered long enough. I'll never forget those ways I silently hurt her when it all became too much. I'd pretend to work late and sit at my desk and weep while she would wait for me in bed and cry herself to sleep. I didn't deserve her love. It's why I couldn't bear to touch her. The atom that was split, the universe expanding, lightning and thunder, that's what we were. The separated inseparable, the light and the sound, the sinner and the savior, the lost and the found. I was her bed of nails, but she was my soul's resting place. Two sides of the same coin, they could never quite look each other in the face. She just wanted me to want her more, and I just wanted her to not want me at all. She wanted us to fly, but I still needed to fall. So I tried to make her leave me so I wouldn't have to leave her, but she wouldn't leave because she still believed in this thing called love. I could barely say the word. Our dreams and our crockery lay broken across that ground, but each night 2 broken hearts would again sit at that dinner table without a fucking sound. So in the end, I ended it without a word at all. Not even a simple goodbye. I just never went home from work that day, and I couldn't even explain why. The truth is, I was young, dumb, and full of lies like knots that would not become undone. I was a coward that could not tell her the truth. And so in silence, we wasted our youth. Now again, there is only silence between me and her. A silence I wish she had never heard. A silence that I will now try to punctuate with truthful words. Thank you.
Oh, that was shithouse. Judges, what do you got for such a bad performance, Adele? Sorry, I'm trying not to sway, and then you sway the judges, and then it's like, oh, but you're purposely trying not to sway the judges. And then, I don't know, every time Irfan gets up, I always tease him because he's so fucking handsome. So I can't do that now because I've done it so many times.
Don't worry, let's just talk to the woman with the chicken on her head. That'll set things straight.
Adele, what do you got? Ooh, 9.75.
9.75.
Ooh, where are we at, bunny ears? 9.6. Devil. 8.2.
Boo the devil.
Yeah.
It's interesting we've ended up with the devil and Jesus in this. Does anyone else think that's odd?
Rera. 9.61. These are great scores, and all the way up the back, Jesus. 9.5. Oh, he's holding back. Jesus is holding back. All right, they're good scores. Make some noise for Fundeliri. All right. I'm counting 7 names still in the hat, so we need to draw 2 more out before we get into our beautiful feature poet. You guys having a nice bonding session down here?
More than bonding.
Ooh. Stuart from Logan.
This is called If Superman's Spaceship Crashed in Brisbane, in the style of Dr. Seuss. Miss Kent, your son has a problem. This morning he snapped a house brick in 3. He's expressing delusions of being able to fly, that he watched the Olympics without a TV. He says his true father sent him here from a planet in space, that he doesn't belong here, but to some other place. Your son's abilities are amazing, and he can move like the wind, but Miss Kent, your son just does not fit in. His speed reading is distracting. His strength scares the girls. He outdoes the other athletes in running, lunges and curls. we must think of the other students and their self-esteem because they can't see through walls or use a heat vision beam. These kryptonite tablets will take those delusions away, bring his strength under control, help him through the school day. So little Clark Kent took his Kryptonite each day. His mother was happy in the usual way. Centrelink paid her more for her special needs son. And he forgot about flying and started to walk rather than run. Clark began to blend in, looked and sounded the same, forgot his heroic ideals, played the popularity game, and the world became weaker, less colourful, more tame. He needed glasses for real now. Kryptonite slowly taking his sight. He couldn't defend himself in a fight. His gifts wasted and neglected for the sake of the masses who demand mediocrity and conformity in their media and their classes. Reach high. Touch the sky. Spread your wings. Dare to fly. Speak your words. Take your water to a world that is dry. Tonight, we are your people. We all have this gift. So come on, join us. Let's fly. Just reach outwards and lift. Judges, bunny ears, 8.6. Adele, 8.7. Okay. So judges, humour, poets. If you had any pieces with humour, it's not going to win tonight. Okay, Jesus up the back. 9. All right. Devil is 8.2. And Rera Sachel 9.63. Beautiful. Stu Art, this is your first slam. First, hey.
Popping his cherry.
First year of slam, first slam? Like, yep.
First.
All right, come on, make some noise. I love it. And the hat's over here. All right. Was I the only one that knew the Superman theme song? Is that really nerdy of me? You knew it? You just didn't sing along because you're 30. And our last slammer.
Katie from Mackay.
Katie from Mackay. Our last slammer for round 2.
He replied, I'll do that again, Happy Kangaroo Day. He replied, and I died a little inside, knowing that I miss you. Was lost on deaf ears, though I thought the message was crystal clear, shiny and lemon-scented, invented by ad men all too glad to fleece the pockets of desperate housewives, twisting knives in the backs of their lipstick-stained husbands. To you, I was a figment of an overactive imagination, stationed to broadcast tandem paradigms and perfectly timed quips, whipping up an ideal that was impossible to emulate, much less calculate. 1 + 1 + 1 equaled overdrawn accounts, mounting higher as the summer waned, and the plane engine roared to life, sucking in the strife like oxygen into thirsty lungs. I bet it stung when your goodbye went unreplied, denied acknowledgement of what was lost and found and lost. Too costly to continue, but too sweet to cut completely. Deceive me, he said, through a closed mouth, eyes south, forever staring into the rose-colored abyss. A kiss would have kept me, a kiss to wet our unhappily ever after. Thank you.
That was our last slammer for round 2. Come on, make some noise, everybody! And
I'll run it by the judges.
Jesus. Jesus? Where's Jesus?
Jesus. Where's Halo? Don't lose that, man. I wasn't kidding about the formal. Good. Good. I was a fairy. You might not be, but I was.
6.5. Apparently you have to understand poetry. After thousands of years of poetry, I didn't fucking know you had to understand the shit. Damn. 6.5 from Jesus. All right, that's great.
Boo.
Boo. All right.
Crucify him.
Oh, shit. She went there. She went there. All right, Adele. 8.19. Okay, cool. Deviliers. 7.9. Rabbit ears here. 7.8 and 8.92. She's like, don't say my name wrong again. 8.92. All right, they're good scores. Make some noise. And
you know what? I think it would be nice at this moment to just give a really nice round of applause for our judges. Yeah.
They're doing a beautiful job.
Because we do boo them a bit, but they're doing really well.
Yeah,
doing really well.
Sorry, judges, we didn't warn you that we would take the piss out of you so much because
Yeah.
people are scared of it.
When we gave you
But
those
it's okay.
really, really dumb hats, like, you know, who knew?
All right, beautiful, beautiful. So we've done round number 1. Make some noise for all the poets in round number 1. Round number 2, make some noise for all the poets in round number 2. And make some noise if you're excited for round number 3, our final round. And you've already seen him do one piece here tonight, and he's kindly said he would come up and do a feature set for us. He is Mark Gonzalez. He is a deaf poet from the US. And when I asked him, you know, anything that I could say about him, he said, well, anything from, you know, the UN through to deaf poetry through to TEDx talks and stuff like that. And I was like, okay, cool. So this man comes with a very hefty resume in poetry slam, performance poetry, spoken word, whatever label or box you want to put it in, that's fine. But this man comes with all heart and beautiful words. We'd like to thank the Research Centre for Tourism, Leisure and Work and the Planet Spins Limited for sponsoring Mark Gonzalez's tour out here. Make some noise for them. And can you please give it your biggest Queensland yorp, your biggest stomping feet, your biggest gallop, whatever you want to do for Mark Gonzalez!
Blessings, salam, saludos. How are you? Y'all are like, there is an angry brown man on the microphone. Do not move. We're happy people. Where my happy people at? I am a happy person. And for some reason, there's always at least one person who laughs when I say that. And I don't understand why. You know, it's obvious by my poems. I'm a very happy person. And I'm a loving person. I love things. I love love, and I love life, and I love language, and I love land. And it's just that sometimes I'm frustrated that I live in a world that stole my love, my life, my language, and my land. Stop fucking with my shit. It is a really simple concept. People ask you, you've been in these different parts of the world. What is the answer to world peace? Stop fucking with other people's shit. So, this next... I know, they're like, really, I didn't need dissertations or law school? You could have saved me a lot of money. Yes, it's really simple. It is that simple. Love people, love their dreams, and don't fuck with their shit. So the next 12, 13 minutes is dedicated to you who do not fuck with other people's shit. I really appreciate you. It is also dedicated, and I kind of want to, even though you're all a blur right now, how many people here believe in unicorns? I am a man who believes in unicorns. And how many people here love balloons? This poem is dedicated to you who believe in unicorns and love balloons. In 1975, Alava was born. My mom's womb was a house party. From her beat I was torn. She was born in 45, like the LP, 45, alive. It's like rhythm we be. Even though she cut her own soundtrack in October 89, in suicide, what dies is more than a rhyme. In a world of clowns, are we more than a mime? Am I more than my mind? Am I more than my mom's? Are we more than the scars that cut poems on our palm? Are we more than the bombs they drop on our village? We are soul-style Darwin's survival of the illest. You argue I'm a realist. I argue pure dreamer. We are more than Sarah Palin, Arizona Grim Reapers. We're old school like beepers. We're ancient like Coptics. Our ancestors are albums, and best believe I will cop it from Sudan, Sri Lanka, Turtle Island, the Gaza. One breath, one flesh, one alma, mi ama. I am all that is left of those who have left. You are all that is left of those who have left. We are all that is left of those who have left. We were born stars but crashed. Now rhyme in bar 16. At night, grown men go to club and pick up on those barely 16. Underage men behind bars do bids in 16. My sister thinks sweet 16 ain't so sweet, so she rushes to grow older. A year earlier, quinceañera, one to the 5-decade plus half. My grandfather lost his brother building the transcontinental railroad tracks. My cousin's arm bears witness with the traces of tracks. This is why we write tracks. We see the need for alternatives. We be the new MCs, those who respect ancestors and producers. My family worked the fields. We lost 2 aunts to pesticides. They died from cancer, no answer from God. Systems left, right, religious, keep your definitions. My father is not mechanic, he is not oppressed, he is my father. Sorry, I have ADD. Audio deficit disorder. That was off track, back to our original train of thought. My Tio was a Gandhi dancer, Mexican singing as he was slamming sledgehammer against railroad ties. We tied our lives to those tracks. We died with those tracks. Those tracks are now where children beat each other to death in the back with railroad ties in the shy. Radio tracks lie. We lay gente. What the fuck's happened to us? It's like we like being wrapped in the shicklack-clack of the Gap backseat of the black and white backs. Bruised blue eyes, bloodshot red, green. Give me the money. Honey, what is the color of truth? Indigo. We have indigenous names and indigo generation rename, retain, reclaim reality. We are bronze skin, obsidian beautiful people, and I know it is hard out here. But mother hater, my ancestors built temples that raised the sun. Don't tell me we can't raise our children. Your visions are playing hide and seek with secrets beneath the ocean floor. Your tomorrow is like land underneath Los Angeles, faulty. Love your people enough to carve a new philosophy, prophecy. Those who were discovered will discover the next new world. We will build it audibly. We will name it the new word. Columbus and Captain Cook will be censored, as will all those who stole my stories. They will learn to sit in silence and listen. Just listen and listen. Just listen, 'cause we were born stars but crashed. That is why we do not do well with systems of oppression nor gravity. We were never designed to be held down in the first place. Happy people. Yeah, y'all like, yeah, you bitter, son. You real bitter. No, really, honestly, I was having a conversation backstage, and people are like, oh, so you read words? I was like, yeah. Actually, when I got on the plane, and I landed in Sydney, and I transferred to Melbourne to host a community forum, and the person I was sitting next to asked me, they're like, what do you do? And I was like, I use words. And she's like, oh, so like you write, like, you know, you entertain people. And I was like, no, I use culture to leverage social power. And this look of horror on her face of like, they let you on the plane. You know, and honestly, like a whole bunch of her own trauma came up. But really, that is what we do up here. People do not make sense of the world through statistics, but through stories. And a collection of stories create a narrative, and a nation is nothing but narratives. And there is an argument and a battle right now over who has the power to tell the narrative that will be our future across this planet. And so I encourage you to tell your story and to tell your people's narrative. And I thank you all who are here, because this to me is not entertainment. I mean, I could read poems in my home, like in front of a mirror, if it was just about telling the story. It is about not only telling the story, but those who bear witness. And so I thank you for bearing witness to the stories of my people and of all peoples. And I want to share with you a story that to me is personal, as if no story is not personal, but that we often silence in our communities across this planet. And it is the story of mental health. It is the story of depression. It is the story of why my mother took her own life and committed suicide in 1989. It is the story of 22 years of trying to forgive myself and find out why she left me and my family, and realizing that this was not a story that I could answer myself. It was the story of everyone who had ever lost someone at their own hand. And so I share with you this letter I wrote on the 20th year of my mother's suicide. And specifically, it was a letter about the perfect moment, because they call suicide the perfect moment of selfishness, of what you would say in that perfect moment. If I could write a letter in this perfect moment, what would I tell you? Who? You, who is one me. The first person I owe an apology to for failing to fulfill the most basic of human lifelines at time. I've lived lifetimes inside wounds I had no right to own. Yes, it's not my fault. I've always known this. That was never my question. It was, Mama, why didn't you love me enough to stay? A question I've tried to answer, yet only found other children in grown bodies asking the same question. I've sought guidance in the tears of lovers who sat from age 3 to 8 on their doorstep, waiting for their father in another country to come join them, to come back home. I know ladies who lost their loved ones to addictions, to streets, to needles in arms, and we wound each other beautifully. I am sorry to them, but first, to myself. Forever thinking I was not worthy of being loved for a lifetime, it is no wonder in relationships we learn to leave first, no more. I deserve to be present in the presence of this present moment perfectly, too. In this perfect moment, I always think of my dad. Every evening, I wonder what right does a son have to tell a father who lost his wife, let go of that demon you hold like the last memory of her not breathing, the ambulance in the garage, the failed first attempt in the bathtub, the decades of pain you tried to talk her through. Dad, let go of her in that house you refuse to leave. She haunts you, not because of what you did or did not do, but because she misses you. Who has been my roadmap of masculine and feminine in the absence of estrogen energy, brown, male, hands weathered from mechanics in the fields, in the draft, in the guns, and dad, put down the tears in your palm. Hold me instead. I am ready to do the same. 3. To my sister and my sisters. To my brother and my brothers from other mothers and all the other OVs of the world, exhale. Whether you are indigo energy, zinc blue, turquoise truth, lavender laughter, amber energy after a drink, whatever color you are when you are drunk on the dance floor, bluish blinking bruises and breath, whatever creative BS way you say I live in color, say I live in color, no matter the gray LA skyline, the Melbourne NYC gritty city grind, the bleaching creams they sold us, the screams when they sold us. Exhale, like a breathing lesson underwater. Exhale like that cop's gun to your dome. Exhale like lover turning sunsets into vanilla skies. Exhale, remember, we are sound color so beautiful we even turn dreams damp with the sweat of breath when we make love. 4. And this perfect moment is you, a fragmented pink perfection who I want to tell you every second you breathe is your most perfect moment. Most days I feel my heart is large enough to house and hold all of humanity, with those wounded young and often having the biggest rooms where the walls are made of angels' arms so they can continually hold you whenever needed. There is a drum in the distance and your father is dancing in the desert. Every now and then he kicks up cloud storms to rain because you are thirsty. This is not a metaphor. This is my prescription, given to you, written from researching my own pain. Your name is derived from loot. It is played like oud. It is all music, isn't it? This out-of-chord life, this draft, these keys, these movements, the composition, the scales, it is all music. You are all music. Your soul is all music. Your sorrow is all music. Your sorrow and your beauty is all music, like your pain. And I want you to know that I hear you. Like the echoing energy of a familiar wound and our familiar wounds, your voice is my lifeline in this healing process. Beautiful sisters, wounded brothers, warrior families, I hear you. One last poem to share with you, and it is partially about the headline I saw when I landed in this country, which was deadliest day for the Australian military since Vietnam, specifically in Afghanistan, and having friends from Afghanistan, and knowing that it's time we stop burying people before their times. And so to share with you the story of an Afghan family, and an Iraqi family, and an African family, and my family, and to just encourage you to extend the life expectancy of your own dreams. She grew up underneath crimson skies with golden crescent moon reflect off the prisms of evening stars. Now she spends her evening counting the stars on the sleeves of a prison guard from behind the bars in Kandahar. She, Afghan woman, has survived 2 occupations, US and the Soviets. To her, there's no difference between the two, for both mass murder Muslims like Bosnians, Ma Milosevic. She told me a secret. She asked me to share it with you. Most people don't know this, but Afghans, we don't hate Americans. We hate the arrogance that can't differentiate between violence and self-defense and labels everything as terrorist. She's one of the 90% of Afghanis who grew up without electricity. Her friend, the fortunate few who did have a TV, which she turned on in '99, just in time to see children kill children in US Columbine. She thought to herself, wow, your world is our flip side. Here it's your government spending money to kill our children just like they do in Palestine. To her, war is just a word for a government hate crime. It explodes in her face like landmines so they can dig lines, build pipelines, redirect fine lines of oil to oil refineries. It is a thin line between fascism and democracy. Speak about it like the Rosenbergs will slaughter me, but it's what we ought to be doing, because right before I left, she asked me this question. If people don't claim to condone the killing of innocent civilians, how come no one listened to our pain until someone blew up a building? Iraqi civilians ask, is this what liberation look like? Afghani women ask, is this what liberation look like? Africans in prison ask, is this what liberation look like? Everybody living ask, is this what liberation look like? Thanks to this war, some generals are making a killing off a killing on the New York Stock Exchange. We've exchanged freedom for so-called civil liberties. Yesterday, the Statue of Liberty asked me what liberation means, when liberation is just a fancy word for occupation. Packaged into pretty boxes by paparazzis and Nazis, used it to justify the violation of human rights on foreign shores through foreign wars every now and then. You have to look at the world through eyes, not yours, and see what it is to live life through the eyes of an Iraqi civilian, caught up and round up and thrown into prison because somebody labeled it Islam, a demonic religion, for the way Muslim men treat Muslim women. Yet right now, there's Muslim women being raped in US prisons overseas by US soldiers in fatigues who torture men just for kicks, take digital pics for souvenirs so you might see why through their eyes, they're not really feeling rated right now. And if I was them, I just might want to murder anyone in sight who bore any resemblance to the man who raped the woman who resembled my wife, because it's hard to sleep at night when all you see in the back of your head is some soldier yanking off your wife's hijab, slapping her arms to the side, slapping open her thighs, and right before he raped her, he pulled her tight, whispered in her ear, this is what liberation feels like. Such contemplation lead men to do things like decapitation, and I'm not saying it's right or wrong, but put yourself in their shoes. If it was your wife, what would you do? And in human races, race and time, we're so far behind. We think our past is our future. I feel Chinese. US reminds me of Britain. Crack cocaine being the new opium war. The CIA is making junkies of this world's own citizens. Public lynchings are legal hangings. People behind bars, strange fruits, shoots of their roots. American troops policing these streets. Therefore, anyone in prison is a prisoner of war. It's the war on drugs, the war on poverty, the war on Islam, the war on misogyny. I'm declaring war audibly, storming these prisons like Normandy. Everyone incarcerated, get free. We're tired of jumping up, getting beat down like brand Nubian, who knew like non-Nubian. There's nothing new under the sun. We just went from race to culture, caste to class. Chuck D said it best. We're still public enemy number one. In times of terror, don't wage war. Wage beauty.
Mark Gonzalez. Come on, give him a round
give us
of
a big
applause.
yop!
Scott, wait. I think you need to come over here. I think there's something we have to do. Just come with me. Come with me. Keep that light. Follow me. Come on, this is really important. Keep that light on us.
Are we going to Narnia?
Yeah. Hello, Scott. Hello.
I'm very bad at shadow puppets.
I see that. Maybe somebody could come up and read who the next poet is. Or maybe somebody who knows something other than a dog. Oh. Sarah.
Sarah from Brisbane.
Come on.
And make some noise for our beautiful shadow puppetry guest.
People on the street say, digging your haircut. Oh, doll, you're looking really good for what you're going through. Like, you can't even tell, like, if it's a girl or a boy. Mummy, her has no hair. Thank you for your concern. No need for alarm. I don't have cancer. Please stop patting my arm. No, I'm not in denial. No shave for cure mission. I have alopecia. It's a hair loss condition. This is who I am, or have been since 3. It's always just been a part of me. Not bad for ages, but in the last few years, the bald has been spreading. I've still got some hair around my ears. Wigs for a while, hot, scratchy things, but I revelled in the identity that each one would bring. For 8 months now, I've been wig-free. I started when my auntie died, not yet 50. She did have cancer, breast first, then liver. Prayer after prayer didn't seem to deliver. Photos of Vicky displayed at the funeral. Through chemo and hair loss, you could see she was beautiful. So since then, I've gone bald, and I have been mostly brave. What interests me is how others behave. Genuine curiosity, concern for my welfare, laughter and smiles at my lack of hair. Older people staring, whispering, "Oh, lesbian," under their breaths, as though I can't hear them. It's autoimmune. My body thinks that hair is bacteria. It makes me gloriously different, not ill or inferior. So spread the word, people, ripples of repetition, about alopecia. It's a hair loss condition.
Give it up for Sarah.
Yeah, she won the Brisbane Heat number 2 just recently, and now she's here again. It's a beautiful thing. Adele. 8.79. All right, good scores for the first poet of the last round. Jesus?
Solid.
8.5, solid. Okay, bunny ears. 9.7. Woo, that's a good one. Devil ears. 8.3 from Devil ears, and 9.65. They're good scores.
Can I just point out 2 more other really good scores over here? This is Scott and Rachel, and they provide us with beverages of the alcoholic variety and pies, hot pies. Come on, how good is this? Last slam we had was all about Christmas in July. And this pie warmer, I tell you what, get up and intimate, people.
It got some.
It's a
All
pleasure.
right. You guys look like I saw you during Mark Gonzalez's set, like just laying there, just like, oh, he's so handsome. Is that what you were doing? Is that what you were thinking? He was. Not you. Yeah. Cool. Would you like to pull a name out of the hat? Tori from Stanthorpe. Make some noise for Tori from Stanthorpe. Come on, Tori from Stanthorpe, let's go! 3 poets left.
I had closed the door to my heart, and I wouldn't let anyone in. I had trusted and loved only to be hurt, but that would never happen again. I had locked the door and tossed the key as far and as wide as I could. Love would never enter there again. My heart was closed for good. Then you came into my life and made me change my mind. And just when I thought that tiny key was impossible to find, that's when you held out your hand and proved to me I was wrong. Inside your palm was the key to my heart, and you had it all along.
Give it up for Tori, please.
Rara. Sachel. 7.2. Bunny ears. 6.87. Devil ears. 6.5.
Fervent boo on the right.
Adele. 7.9. That didn't get a boo. Was it because you just went 7.9 and tried to trick everyone like it was a good score? That was a good score though. 7.9 is a great score. Jesus up the back. Lovely. Tori was the only person who entered our Stanthorpe heat. She was the only person who came up, and we absolutely adore her for that, because stand up and take a bow. Stand up and take a bow. Isn't she beautiful? Where's proud mum? Where's your proud mum? She's so proud. She's like the proudest mum I've ever seen.
And so she should be. So she should be.
Hell yeah, hell yeah. This is what Slam's all about. It's beautiful, it's beautiful. And we've got all our scores, don't we? We've only got 3 poets left. That was melodramatic. Not like it's not going to be on next year. Again, you're my favourite.
Helen from Cairns.
Helen from Cairns!
I asked you if you knew the easy way to peel a mango. As if you had something to hide, you denied it. As if I'd move in for the kill if your skill were there for the sharing. But I saw you there staring in thought, selecting the heavy stalks to be caught by your make-believe among the leaves, where I balked, envious at you playing your flute to the pendulous dancing fruit. So I polished my plate smooth, as if to prove I had never eaten. I was too green to sun-sweeten. But you polished your knife, leading the steel gleaming to a bowl of stolen spoils. And I asked you if you knew the easy way to peel a mango. As if you had something to hide, you denied it. But I saw you slip the tip through the tender zone below the breastbone, slicing downwards all the way, skirting the thin curtain of satin skin, your wrist twisting to the resistant kernel, so the flesh fell away in globules and lay pulsing. I saw you score the raw inside into tiny tracts, easily taken beneath the teeth. The segments spun unrepentant onto the tongue, where I felt myself drawn under by your procession of obsessions between first sight and first bite, the just ripe scent of the desired eclipsing the acquired. An easy way. There is no easy way to separate skin, from muscle, from bone, from visceral sensation. Not easy at all. Thank you.
Give it up. Mossman represent.
I'm really horny now. I want to fuck a mango. Bunny ears. 9, straight 9 from bunny ears. That's a great score. Devil ears. 8.9. Good score for devil ears. Woo. Rera. 7.6. Boo. Hiss. Oh, I'm getting hisses. Awesome. Jesus. 8.
8.
You're giving it 8 because you don't want to get booed. Boo. Boo. Fuck you.
That's another
Jesus.
good way to score based on crowd feedback.
Adele. 8.2. These are good scores. Make some noise. All the way from Cairns. Oh, we love it. We've had people from all over the state. And like Tessa said at the start, this is pretty much the only slam in Australia where we go very, very far to get as many beautiful voices as we can. You guys who moved down the front as soon as you heard that there were cute girls down here, what do you got for us? Second last slammer.
Eleanor Jackson from Brisbane.
Eleanor Jackson!
I just wanted to say, lady, your poem is better than mine. Not because it's faster or harder or stronger, because the metaphors are better or the run-on lines are longer. It's not the fucking Olympics. It's a goddamn poem. But your poem is better than mine. It started off slow, with your voice clear and low, then it's quickening, the blood thickening, the cadence of show and not tell, the lovely of whisper, not yell, because you know if our poets stand for nothing but themselves, then we are all lost. For who will protect us from the poverty of our own thoughts? But you don't do that with cardboard swords and shields. You do that by laying down arms. You say, this is my voice. There are others like it, but this is my own. And because you are quoting, you're not throwing stones. You say, see all this air? I can share. There'll be enough to go around. You say, this is my territory, my flag stamp of entropy, but everyone's welcome. I even take refugees. But the best thing about your poem is it does not tell me what to think. You honour the pressure, the time and the heat, the great geological pulse at our feet, like a sculptor works with mallet, chisel, file and blood and bone, to take the marble memory and find the beauty in the stone. Then it looks at me with a wink and says, here, stone of your own. So tomorrow I will run to reset and forget, and just as my cigarette lungs are failing, I'll remember this line from this time of this poem, your poem, which is better than mine. And next time I'm in the ocean, there will come a moment when the wave licks me up in its tectonic tongue and I think I might die or at last finally live, and in that fractal moment, I'll know your poem exists. And everyone's looking around for a killer line, like you can swagger bravado to makeshift soul, but your poem is a lifeline, and it's better than mine. I want you to know I was listening.
Eleanor Jackson. My goodness. It's a barbaric yawp. It's a standing ovation in the back row. Well done. That is Eleanor Jackson. She's very good.
Devil ears. 9.1. Rara. Sachel.
Ooh, all the difference. Oh, the chicken's a bit limp over there, I must say. Saggy chook. No, your hat. You know what I mean. Oi. Probably.
9.36.
Very good.
Bunny ears. 9.18. These are amazing scores. And Jesus up the back. 9.4.
Hallelujah.
Whoa, good scores. Make some noise for Eleanor Jackson.
You know what, Scott? It's often in this point of the night that we like to engage the opinion of a judge of the judges.
All right.
Now, it's very important that somebody is always there making sure the judges themselves are judged, and I have just the man for the job. Right here, yes, oh fuck, is our very own Nick Grievous. Would you please stand up? Many of you do know him as he has run some of the slam heats for us this year. He has taught in, I know, it's very bright. He has taught in workshops and we love him. So Nick, in your humble opinion, how are the judges this evening?
Well, it's funny you should ask me that because literally about 5 seconds before you started saying that, I was just saying, I really think the judges are spot on tonight. I think they've been fair. I don't think there's been much score creeping, even though there's been higher scores at the end of the night. I think all the judges have been spot on. That's what I think. And you should all take that to the bank, except for Betsy. I mean, what the fuck, judges? Betsy, grabbed my heart, squeezed it, and tears came out of blood and shit. No.
There's been a lot of blood and shit tonight.
It's all right.
I know.
It's all right. Queensland only sends men through to the finals. That's what we do. Sorry.
I think
there's
might be
3 guys in this final tonight.
I think it might actually be the Queensland record of the most women to be in the Queensland final. Yeah. Sometimes it's just me. It's just me and Georgie. It's the two of us. But not tonight. There are so many fucking beautiful women here and it's awesome. I'm so pleased. Good on you, Queensland.
Yes, give yourselves a round of applause. I don't know why you should clap yourselves for that, but anyway. Our last poet of the night knows who he is. Josh Donovan, please take the stage.
Just like you, I'm energy, contained within a suit of skin. I'm just a small storm of atoms without and within, and I've transcended religion like a physicist transcends high school physics, so now I communicate with God directly via Nina Simone lyrics. Because all that is and was and shall be and all the vast landscapes of eternity, I carry those right here with me. This physical form might be frail, I'm skinny, kind of weak, but I can create universes with these verses every time that I speak, because language is the tool with which we craft the world, and it forms our thoughts and our understandings, and it can create or destroy ideas and concepts. There is, for instance, a world of difference between the terms an act of terrorism and an officially government-sanctioned military operation, primarily in the size of the paycheck for the assassination and on where it gets reported, which TV stations, and from the subsequent public reaction, from the incensed war pigs who seek satisfaction, and from the war that gets rage, disorders, reaction, the hate and fear created by the calculated linguistic process of demonization. So we use language as a weapon of war. We took a beautiful thing and we saw it transformed to brand people enemies when they should be allies. And our lies choke and smother the truth, that which should be a common pursuit, but grounds for violent disputes. We use labels to create separation where none exists. Muslim, Christian, atheists, we all bleed if we're cut at the wrist. We all hope that when we die we'll be missed. We all emerge from mother's womb craving the milk from her breasts. Gender, religion, ethnicity, we take these microscopic points of differentiation, we make them into insurmountable divisions, because we're so afraid of being free. We're all made of energy, Energy never dies, it only changes forms, and when this form dies, it's going to merge with yours, and all this fighting and backbiting and furious discourse is just going to be drops in the ocean, the waves breaking on some distant shore.
JD!
Our very last slammer of the night. Come on, give us a massive yob! JD. Yes. Judges. Devil ears. 8.6. Sachel. Rera. 9.46. Adele. 9.18. Jesus up the back. 8.8. I think, like, can we get a hallelujah for Jesus up the back? He's been doing a great job all night. Hallelujah!
Give me a hallelujah!
And Bunny is up the front. 8.75. They're great scores. Make some noise for JD.
Now, while our librarians do a bit of arithmetic, I'd like to discuss how you came to discover slam, because I find it quite hilarious that here you are, state final, and we met, and in a most interesting way.
So last year's state slam, I was still working for the sadly defunct beloved Rave magazine. Can we have an awe for Rave magazine? Yeah. I fucking love Rave magazine, and it's dead now, but that's right. All good things die, like everything. But yeah, so I was reviewing, and I saw all these amazing poets, and I said, that looks fucking amazing, why don't I do that? And then I did, and it was nice. Yeah, the end.
So he wrote us a really nice review. They were like, why don't you go and review this gig? And he was like, hell, why don't I go and win it? And he did.
All right. We have a first and second place. Apparently it was very, very, very close. So both our finalists tonight go to Sydney to compete in the National Poetry Slam.
I believe there's also money up for grabs. We didn't mention how much money. There you go, 500 first, 100 second. And in Sydney, I believe there's a fair
There wasn't
bit of
money last year, but there might be money this year. Either way, there's a trip to China and Ubud.
There is a trip to China, but for a 2-minute poem.
All right. Do you want to know who came runner-up tonight? Ladies and gentlemen, in a very, very tight second place, Eleanor Jackson.
Now, Eleanor, I do recall at the start of the night that we mentioned the very special prize would be a sneak peek at the new SpongeBob underpants.
No.
I think you should come up and claim your prize.
No.
Are you shaking your head? Are you going to come and claim your...
You do have to kind of come up on stage, though.
We can do it we can do it over here. You said.
I lied. Fuck that. I already look like a stripper. Jesus. And in first place, come on, make some noise, Eleanor Jackson. For the first time, Queensland is sending a female through to the Sydney finals. Thank fuck. Jesus Christ. And first place is Josri. And Joe wins a Wiggles watch. Awesome. Great job. Make some noise for your finalists, Queensland.
We would also like to thank please, Darkwing Dubs, aka Scott Sneddon. He's come on board with the State Library this year. He's been hosting workshops and heats across Queensland, and you'll be seeing much more of him, we hope, into the future.
Jam jars on Sunday, bitches.
Big thank you to the State Library, Brisbane Writers Festival, The Edge, all of you for coming here and supporting this event and supporting the community that creates Poetry Slam and a space for people to tell their stories.
Thanks for selling out this venue. Yes. Special thank you to Nick Grivis and David Stavanger, who's not here tonight, for helping with the workshops, hosting, facilitation, everything that they've done. Thank you to Tessa. Can you make some noise for Tessa?
The Slam hat. This hat is the spirit of Ghost Boy, the spirit of the Poetry Slam. It lives on. It will live on for years to come.
Christy from the library and the rest of the library staff. The amazing Mark Gonzalez and Courtney, our feature acts.
Courtney Young. Go forth and prosper. Good night.